thing we've seen guys doing is, you know, putting more debt on the equipment. In other words, the interest rates, and especially I think in the next couple of years, I mean, we've seen an inflationary impact in the last 4 years on equipment of about 36.5% on new equipment in 4 years. And so what we see some guys starting to do is looking at, maybe putting the equipment in a scenario where you're trading the equipment more often, locking in this low interest rates. John Deere's laying off a bunch of people right now. Again, in fact, they laid off engineers for the first time, I think, since the 80s, here about a week and a half ago. And so the demand right now is really off the pace. So there's going to be some really good deals and ways to reallocate that capital on the equipment and free up capital for other activities like the land purchases and those types of things, that kind of restructure in a way that allows for that growth in a difficult time. So there's a lot of different creative ways to kind of think about how you buy that that parcel, or how you maybe buy a bigger chunk than what you think you can, kind of like what you guys are doing, Evan.
Well, and I think the discussion comes down is do you want to own a depreciable asset, aka equipment, or do you want to have a whole bunch of capital sitting there waiting to buy the next piece of land that, I mean, in Saskatchewan, we've had 32% appreciation over the last 2 years. So I'm not saying that's going to continue, but if you bought the tractor 2 years ago versus the quarter of land, I promise you, I know what your answer would be right now. So
Yep.
for us, I honestly don't even want equity in my equipment because right now I just want to rent it. If
Yeah.
anything, it's just a means to an end.
And Chris brought up an excellent point there. In his scenario, they're looking to finance as much of the equipment as possible to hold onto the cash. The scenario that I had brought up was kind of the flip-flop. It was protecting the cash flow. And so that's about knowing your position. You got to know, are you strong on capital? Are you strong on cash flow? How do we attack this? What's your personal approach going to be? Because it's different for every operation. So we've kind of seen both sides here.